And I know that, Deer Lakes came in here struggling, but I also know you have to win tonight to get in, and you have to really play well last week to get to this moment to play in. It seems like right now, Spence, you guys are playing your best volleyball here at the end of the year. Congratulations.
Thank you. We've put it together last week, and the nice thing about it is pretty much these last 3 matches that we've had to play, they were must-wins. No different in what the playoffs will be. And our kids found a way to deliver in those moments, and so hopefully we can use that moving forward and when we get into the playoffs, see where we're at. And but that experience should bode well for them being in those situations.
Early on, Brock and I were talking about how you started out a little sloppy, and your face said it all because we had a couple of shots of it. That, even when you're playing teams you should beat and you're struggling, it makes you unhappy because you don't want to see that. But you rebounded, you took the timeout, you rebounded, and from that point on, they just seemed to play extremely well. They got the message, obviously.
Yeah, I think they just need to settle down. It's senior night. I've seen it so many times. The kids come in here, there's a lot of emotion on that night, especially from your seniors. Sometimes they're trying to impress. Sometimes their minds just aren't there right away, whatever the reason. But they settled down and got into a good frame of mind and stopped. They were making a lot of unforced errors there early on in the match, and they settled down and realized what they needed to do and pulled through. So, yeah, it was good.
You and I have talked about your sections in Class 2A, and you talked about yours and arguably the toughest section, but records don't lie. I mean, you look at Mars, they seem to be a head and shoulders above everybody, although once you get into the playoffs, you never know what can happen. You said you played them really tough the other night, but everybody else, 5-5. So with everyone beating everyone else, and you see some other sections where teams are running away, it kind of, stats don't lie, records don't lie. It kind of proves that this section is a tough section.
Yeah, our section, our winning percentage against the other sections is much higher than the other sections' winning percentage. I really believe that, out of the top 7 teams, four or five of them are from our section for sure. And I think all 5 are actually. I don't know how it'll be seeded. Obviously, you never know that. But yeah, I would put us up against anybody. We go play in another section, I think we have even more success. It was a struggle this year, and that's what I told the kids in the locker room. I just congratulate them. It was a tough season. To get into the playoffs in this section was no joke. And so coming into the season, we had a lot of inexperience, and the kids all worked together to bring those kids along, and they gelled in nicely by the end of the year, and now they're going to reap the rewards of getting to the playoffs for it.
And once you get there, you've been there so many times that anything can happen. I don't care what seed you go in as.
Yeah, I think we have a good chance to make a run as anybody. Obviously, Mars is a clear-cut number 1, but once you get into playoffs, things change. Pressure mounts, and you got to be able to play in those moments. And that's why I like what we had to do the last 3 weeks, or the last couple weeks here, winning those matches against the teams to qualify for the playoffs, because that's the situation we're going to be in the playoffs. It's win or go home, and that's basically what it was our last 3 matches. So that bodes well.
You look at the teams that'll be in there. You know them all. You've pretty much not only just scouted them, but played them all, Spence. What do you think that it's going to take from your team to take that extra leap in the playoffs?
Well, obviously you have to have the effort. And I don't doubt that we'll have the effort, but volleyball comes down to serve and pass. And if we do those things well, I'll take our chances against anybody. I really will, because we have some good weapons, and we're able to get them ball in a lot of different locations, which makes it tough for teams to defend us. You would think it'd be easy with only 3 guys really to focus on, but where they hit and what they're able to run makes it challenging for other teams to defend us. And so if we can serve and pass and run that kind of offense, we're going to have a lot of success.
And finally, your seniors, your 3 seniors. What I like, I told Smitty this too, what I like about what you guys both do on your senior nights is you talk a little bit about each one of them. and send some messages, talk about some messages. Not so much about stories. There's a couple of those, but life messages.
Yeah.
You got 3 seniors here on this court tonight that all played pretty well. Talk a little bit about them as they make their last journey out off this court.
I saw a pretty good quote today in the paper, in the Trib, about Jim Nesser, who just resigned at York, and I thought he said it best. Coaching is not about X and O's. It's about the relationships you form, and I formed a real good relationship with a lot of players, including these 3, and that's the most important thing to me. Obviously, the wins and stuff like that, that's great, but you form those relationships. Those other secondary things like wins, X's and O's, they happen, and that's what it's all about to me too. The relationships, and get to see a lot of my former players' stats here tonight, and that's pretty cool. So that's what it's about for me.
Well, congratulations. The guy over your right shoulder can't wait to congratulate you. He was with us during the basketball season. Hayden.
He was. I can't
They
wait.
have to win tonight to get in. What do you mean? They have to win tonight to get in? Yes, Hayden, they got to win tonight to get in. He said, oh, no problem. Well, he was right.
I appreciate Hayden's confidence. I miss our question and answer sessions we had during basketball season, and he don't run out of questions, that's for sure.
No, he does not.
I don't run out of answers too often, but there was a couple times where I did, and it'd be good to enjoy some wings with him tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. With a couple of questions, I'm sure, but I'm sure he's hungry. There's no question. No pun intended. Thanks. We enjoyed doing it. Good luck in the playoffs.
All right. Well, thank you so much for doing this. I know it meant a lot to the kids, community. There's a lot of people I know that were watching online. I texted a lot of my former players. Everybody had their number for and told them we'll be online tonight. And I looked at my phone and I got about 97 text messages basically about how I haven't slimmed down since they left.
Oh, man, I'll tell you. Well,
they're rough on me. They're rough on me.
Well, they didn't say you packed up, right?
No.
Thanks, Ben, so much. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
You.
Good luck to you
Thank you.
in the playoffs.